Alright, what's up everyone? So I just want to make a quick video on technical analysis and really go over very briefly what it is and how to utilize it for intraday and swing trading and all that good stuff. So what technical analysis really is using the past price action to identify future movement, right? So we're going to be looking for trend lines, we're going to be looking for lower highs, higher lows, we're going to be looking for all those things to form. We have a variety of patterns that we're going to look for. So I just want to go over today's stock that we played. It was a pretty good one. We got a pretty good profit out of it. Multiple times we saw great setups, and I really want to go over a couple of them on this one stock. So the stock's name is MRIN. If you guys want to go back and try it out for yourself, if you can see different things or the same thing as me. So let's just take a look at this right now. We're in bar replay right now. So right now what we're seeing is this stock had a pretty big knife down after hitting the view up, right? So we take a pretty tough drop. Okay, we're consolidating right now. I'm not seeing anything here, so this will either confirm as a a zone that we pop off from, correct? Or this will just be a zone that we drop off from again. So let's take a look what happens here. So we do take a pretty tough break of that support zone. We're going to watch for another consolidation area. Okay, so we see the stock goes up again. We're not going to take entries here. We're not going to chase anything. We're going to let it form a pattern. Okay, because this is where you would get screwed over. So most people would probably take an entry right as it broke support here, right? But as you can see, it just wicks and they'll fall back down. So we're going to wait and see where the bounce is. Okay, so here we see the stock makes a higher low. So this low right here is lower than this one was. So we can draw a trend line for that now. Oh, it's like, okay, so we can draw a trend line for that right now, meaning that this will be our support, right? So it's not your traditional support wherever you have just a straight line. This is going to be something where it has to keep forming higher lows as it keeps going on. And here, we're also seeing one more thing. So this one is also forming lower highs. Okay, so let's watch if it continues that pattern or not. So we wait for it. We see here, all right, it's sort of starting to form that pattern that we're used to seeing. Okay, so we're seeing we have both a higher low and a lower high. So what we expect for it to do, if I can draw it really quickly, is hit this, bounce off, hit this again, bounce off, and then eventually it will break above, right? So that's what we'll look for whenever we're trading the stock. So either we break out, if we don't break out here, we'll bounce down, we'll go up again. So let's watch what happens afterwards. So right here, we're starting to break over this previous high, right? So that's a sign of a breakout. Beautiful. So we get that second candle opens above the breakout. You can take your entry right on that breakout level right there. I mean, aim for price target would be probably this previous high, a little bit above that. There you go. So you get that beautiful run off that breakout. You take your entry right as it breaks above the trend line. Beautiful. I mean, quick 5%, 10%, whatever it is. You could have taken an entry two different places. Either it's on this lower trend line or a break of that trend line right there. Very easy, very simple, and it's very powerful if you know how to utilize this correctly. So that's our first pattern on the stock that we traded. Let's give it a little bit more time for it to go throughout the day and see what other patterns we might see form. So let's take a look on a larger scale, correct? So we're seeing right now the stock has broken out. It's back down to its original zone, right? And as you can see, it was still respecting this trend line at this point. But what we're looking for now is a new higher low formation. Okay, so I can see here this trend line. You're going to have to keep trying new things out. You're going to see if this one respects that, this one respects that. Because if a buyer is seeing something else that you're not seeing, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to understand. So for now, we have a lower trend line that we can use. Okay, so this is our lower trend line as of now. And we're also forming a upper one. Okay, so we have an upper one around here. You'll always keep moving it around. You'll always see new things. You'll always try to figure out what other buyers are seeing as well as you are. So right now we came from this area right here to brand new higher low and lower high formation. So we're taking a look right now. The stock is just bouncing in between these zones, and the beauty of it all is that see how it respects this lower trend line every time. So we bounced here, made a higher low, higher low than this previous one. Now what we're watching for is a breakout of this upper trend line. So what I'm watching right now is for us to break it out. And we're not looking for a wick. Okay, we're looking for a clean candle breakout. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So right now, perfect. So as the candle is getting close to that breakout level, you can start zooming in on a 1 minute chart, for example. Most likely we would get ready to take an entry if the next candle opens above that breakout. I mean, above that upper trend line. Opens above it. We take our entry right here. We're going to be cutting it if it breaks below that upper trend line. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. So if you guys are in TradingView, you can use the profit and loss calculator. So I'm going to be risking about 2%, let's say 1 to 2% for my stop loss. Take profit's going to be around, VWAP is going to be our first target, but we'll try to scale out at 5%. Okay, so let's go back to our 5 minute chart. So it's much more cleaner. This is just a little ugly for me. So we're going to take a look, or let's go on the 1 minute chart. But if you take a look right now, okay, we're on that breakout. Most people are saying the same thing. They're thinking, all right, let's buy right as it breaks that upper trend line. They take it. They all see the same thing at the same time. It's holding. Boom. We get to VWAP right there. Now let's take a look at what our next target should be. Our next target should be right here, 304. Right through that. We're right through 304. Our next target should be around 326 to 330. Okay, we'll put 330 as our, or 328 as our level. Beautiful. Makes another move off that, right? That's a quick 20% profit, 18 to 20% profit. And then we're eyeing our next level, again, at the high of day. So between this zone from 330s to 340s. Beautiful. That breaks also. Okay, so I just want to show you how far you come from that breakout, right? It breaks out right here. Your candle holds above that upper trend line. You take your entry, boom, that's a quick 23% right there. While you're only risking around 1%. You have your predetermined price targets. You have everything that ready to go. And you just, it's a beautiful thing when it all comes together. So if we take a look at the 5 minute chart, right, it's much more cleaner than the 1 minute. So let's take a look. Once we get a break above that upper trend line and the buying comes in, look at how beautiful that candle is right there, right? You just get a straight moonshot to the high of day, right? A new high of day. And look how I was talking, right? So this is how it comes together. We have the lower highs, higher lows, boom, right? You have your targets where you're looking to take profits. It just works out amazingly every single time, correct? So this is just a quick overview of what technical analysis is. Obviously, there's multiple different patterns. You guys can find it on Google. You guys can find it anywhere. There's so many different patterns that you should know. There's so many different ways to predict where a stock will go, where to cut losses, where to take profits, where to do this and all that. So there's many, many ways to do it, and you guys should study it and understand what it actually is, and it will improve your game by so much, and it really is a game changer. So again, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me in the comments. Feel free to DM me on Discord, and that's it pretty much. So I just wanted to go over it really quickly, and everyone have a great day.